Good afternoon and welcome to A&M News. And today we are deliberating on a very interesting topic. This is a topic which has international ramifications. I have with me the Consul General of China and one of the top diplomats from China live here. Welcome to A&M News, Mr. Zha Liyou. You are very lucky to have you here, and I really thank you for talking to us and talking to our viewers on a very sultry, hot day.
Okay, thank you, Avijit. It's my pleasure to welcome you back to my little residence. I will be pleased to talk to our friends in East India, and I'm open to any questions.
Absolutely. The first thing that comes to my mind is that when we spoke last, when there were a whole lot of business and trade and commerce between the two countries in the pipeline, and you had mentioned about basically one success story at that point of time that you had mentioned was the Titagarh wagon factory and its collaboration with I think CRRC of China. So if you can just elaborate a little bit more on that. And what are the progress that have been made? What exactly how has been the collaboration?
CRC is an interesting story. Personally, I'm not involved in their business decisions. This may start from their participation in BGBS 2022 last year. They are the participant of that conference hosted by West Bengal government, and they are invited by the West Bengal government. My office did some service to them, providing the basic environment situation, basic information about Chinese businesses in India. So they decided actually while we were having the conference, they announced that they were entering a cooperation with the Titagarh. So we congratulate them for this lovely story between actually a West Bengal-based manufacturer of major vehicles, rolling stocks, and a major name of Chinese manufacturer. And I attended the 25 years anniversary of Titagarh wagon, where the Honorable Chief Minister was there, and many other business leaders and senior bureaucrats and politicians in West Bengal were also there too. So I witnessed that grand celebration. I feel very pleased that CRC is able to work with West Bengal, showing the good environment here.
So what exactly is the collaboration? What is CRC's role and what is Titagarh wagon factory's role?
Well, technically, I cannot, explain in details about how they do. The basic thing is that they CRC working with Titagarh is going to provide coaches for metro system in Bangalore. So they have signed the agreement, that is their business decision, and according to as far as I know, because my knowledge is limited, it's their business. As far as I know, their operation, their real manufacturing will start later this year. That's what I know. Yeah.
Is CRC venturing into any other collaborations, or are looking out at anything else in Eastern India?
That I do believe that CRC India. So the CRC entering cooperation with the Titagarh is CRC India.
Okay.
So I'm sure to facilitate the tremendous need for infrastructure development, CRC is a very good supplier, very reliable supply. I'm sure many of the metropolitan cities in India, they would love to reach out to CRC.
Now, there was talks going around that you are interested in North Bengal, and that's a very virgin territory, and then many industries, they want to set up factories or infrastructure in North Bengal. So, has there been any development on that front?
No, my portfolio covers only 5 states: West Bengal, Bihar,
No, I'm talking about
Chhattisgarh.
Jalpaiguri and Siliguri and all those areas, North Bengal.
Well, that is tremendous area that where infrastructure development lies entirely within the government of India, the government of West Bengal, and I have been here for the last 4 years. So my view is that Chinese companies in West Bengal, like CRC, like China Dongfang Electrics, and China New Hope, etc., China Co-China, etc. These are the big names from China. Even they are the big names in the world. So if there's any need arising from our state, from other states, from India, we would love to facilitate.
Has there been any proposal of such which has come to your office, or you're looking at any kind of proposals in that format?
Specifically, proposals, I have not seen any specific proposals, but I feel that after talking, for the last years, both during the pandemic and post-pandemic, business communities, government, not only West Bengal but other governments too, state governments too, their need, their interest is very strong. So I just wish that we have very good, momentum, emerging momentum, and as Chinese Consul General, we would dedicate and use all kind of available resources to help our business communities to connect with China.
Absolutely. Now, Kunming is a sister city of Kolkata, and recently you had this regional forum meeting there in Kunming. So, with Indonesia was there. So, are you planning anything of the sort in India here, or what is that forum, and how do you incorporate that in future strategy?
Well, you ask a very good question about how Chinese province can initiate to cooperate with any Indian states. Or the other way, to put it the other way, is how we Indian states, especially in East India, look at the potential of cooperation with any Chinese provinces. I have maybe friends from East India have read or heard about the 2 sessions of China, the latest National People's Congress and the latest Chinese Political Consultative Committee. Normally we say it's 2 sessions. It's one legislative sessions in China that looks very much like the Lok Sabha session in China. So this past March, this year's legislative session concluded, and advocating and promoting the Chinese modernization processes. A modernization in a huge country, modernization of, peaceful development, modernization of, nature and human, modernization of all kind of. Basically, what I mean is that how we, the business communities in East India, see the potentials and opportunities in the Chinese modernization process. That is, let's analyze them, put this Chinese organization processes into real business opportunities. So back to Yunnan province, there's earlier this year, Yunnan organized the first post-pandemic China South Asia Forum and Expo. So there are many Southern Asian countries and organizations.
This China South Asian Forum is what kind of forum? This is for development.
It's kind of it's similar to BGBS.
Okay.
That is, business leaders, politicians, senior bureaucrats, not only from China, but also from other countries, because Yunnan is the host. Yunnan has been a designated host representing China for the last few years. So it's the first post-pandemic in-person, offline forum. They invited many representatives from South Asian countries, Southeastern Asian countries. So
Did India take part?
yeah, I don't know other people, but I know that BCCNI president this year,
Chamber of Commerce.
yeah, Bengal Chamber of Commerce and Industry president for this year
Okay.
was invited to the forum. And maybe the good part of it, back to the cooperation, the opportunities. So participating in the event is one occasion to show the interest from West Bengal. This is one. But the other one is more concrete. My office facilitated a BCCNI business Chinese training program online for them. I facilitated them this course taught online. My office invited one certified Chinese language professor from Yunnan, teaching them online. This happened late, I think mid last year, lasting 60 hours, 15 weeks. So my office distributed the certificate for 21 trainees from India. These 21 people were all from the member companies of BCCNI. That shows the companies have the interest to learn Chinese. Graduating from the program, they have the Chinese language skills that can boost their business. It's very simple. So the good thing is, after graduating from the program, BCCI noticed that this is a good one. We want to have another one. So there's another one still going on.
Okay.
As of now. It's still going on. It's another, I think, 60 hours. And the same teacher teaching the same course, maybe higher level,
Okay.
to them.
Okay.
So this is very vivid example to show how the interest of West Bengal can be integrated and combined with the capability of Yunnan province. The vice versa is the same. That is, what is the capability of West Bengal? You have a very strong need to sell your products. Like mango. I told friends many times, when Bengali mango, Indian mango, especially from east part of India, if we have the flight, we may have great potential to sell online by e-shopping, by e-commerce. And we have huge, talents, troop of talents that, for example, the education destination. Chinese universities in Yunnan, for example, in terms of medical degrees, there are many kids who can afford such training program. It's good. People can choose to go to the US, go to Russia, go to Ukraine, go to UK, any countries for medical degrees, and China is one of the very cost-effective and high-quality destination. Yunnan happens to be one of such places that is close to you, cost-effective, and quality is high. So,
So you're looking at education and trade like mangoes, and which once
yeah, specific commodities,
yes,
and also the training and education resources in China. It lies everywhere in the corner of our communities. So what I mean is that with everything coming back, I'm quite confident that if we meet more often to talk about the really need. I mean, there's a word called need analysis. Let's sit down and talk about what are the needs from both sides. So BCC and I participating in Forum of Yunnan Province. My office coordinating Chinese company taking part in BGBS. This is mutually beneficial. And CRC Tiraga Corporation happens to be one of the relationship after BGBS, meaning that we do produce fruits. These fruits are tangible, visible. It's just over there. And also, it's not that hard.
Following that regional forum meeting in Kunming, do you foresee any such collaborations in near future? Are there any such kind of collaborations on the pipeline?
You know, we are government. The business communities, some of the people I have talked to, they are traveling to China now. They are either in China or they are on their way to China. I don't know where they go. We only give them visas. One or two, maybe 3, 4 of them, I know that they will be landing in Chinese Guangzhou city, in Shenzhen, in Shanghai. They are building on their past success because this is their first post-pandemic visit to China. People are waiting to go there to renew their business relationship.
Can you name these 4 companies?
No, I cannot name these companies. It's their business.
Okay.
They go to China to buy, or they go to China to renew their, business deals. And I can tell you, I visited Texmarco 2 days ago. Texmarco, another major manufacturer of railway equipments and cabins. They have massive number of wheels and axles bought from China. They were just there on their workshop. What I mean is that still back to the word complementarity. We are the 2 countries that have strong need and the real situation of complementarity. We produce what you need, you have what we need, and we can really work together. So I anticipate, as long as I said that in China, for example, there are many, just like Bombay, Kolkata, Delhi, ongoing expos, investment fairs everywhere in China. I do welcome the business communities in India, especially in India, East India, can visit Chinese places. My office will certainly be very pleased to invite any Chinese delegation to visit West Bengal, to visit the states in East India, to facilitate the exchange.
Absolutely. Lastly, I wanted to know what are your future programs? Currently, what are you working on in the future? And do you have any such projects, collaborative projects in mind, which you feel that people coming from China, coming to Kolkata, or maybe coming to the eastern side, there can be some kind of development which will concretize?
Well, let's. Your question is wonderful. Let's start with Durga Puja. Okay, Durga Puja is UNESCO heritage, and people love it. And Impact and my office, we worked on this twice. One is the first 2019. For that one, the top panels visit China at my invitation. That is one thing. We didn't do this during the last year because of still the restriction not lifted yet. So I just wish that this coming Durga Puja in October, September this year, we can do this because the successful experiences are just over there. We just copy. We just follow what we have done. This is one thing. The other thing is, I have traveled extensively in East India. some of the places are beyond my portfolio, but I tend to believe that, okay, just like the traditional Indian rituals, your professionals, your gurus, your pandits are the top expertise in this country that can be shared with China. The only thing is that we sit together and talk how that can be shared, that we need to create a good platform for them to share. And I visited some tea gardens in Darjeeling, in Assam. I even stayed in their bungalows. You know, Indian tea estate is managed so professionally, so known to many of you in the neighborhood, but I can tell you it's not much known to Chinese. Chinese tea gardens, normally they are the same villages in the same community grow their own tea. But here in Darjeeling, in Assam, tea estates are huge, managed like real companies. Such experiences, my view is that such experiences is modern day management experiences and practices by India. This needs to be shared with the Chinese professionals, with the Chinese, community leaders. This is tea, not mentioning the culture. Sports, sports. I know we Bengali people, especially in Kolkata, we are football fans. And the Indian cricket. And I asked many friends here in Kolkata, do they know that Yunnan province has some of the world's top quality sports training facilities? None of them know this. But I can tell you that Yunnan province is a worldwide known top venue for sports training. So just my office is open to any initiative, any proposal to my office that if young athletes, wish to be trained somewhere, you can be trained in Dubai, you can be trained in Bangkok, you can be trained in the US, in the UK, in Europe, in Russia, in China too. And the advantage of Chinese training facility is that China is one of the top sports power in the world. Winter games, summer games, all
so you
kind
open up your training facilities for anybody who
yeah. I mean, it's over there, and make use of them to increase, especially young people. They represent our next generation leaders. And I like to see our young boys and girls strong. And I would welcome initiatives, ideas, and requests I can facilitate. So sports is one, sports together with young people. And film, I can tell you that Chinese people know Bollywood more than anything else. But I told my friends from China that Bollywood is not all. We have Tollywood, we have Kollywood, right? So Bengali film, because we are talking about the film from here, from Kolkata. So Bengali film is one of the industry or the art or the real people, the actresses, directors, and conductors. These are the people and things that can be shared with China in a more effective way. By more effective, I mean that we are here, but we have not talked much here. But in my perspective, my office would love to facilitate any such initiatives to strengthen the film industry and art exchange between our two countries. Maybe last but not least, I can go on and on the list. The women and poverty reduction. So these are not specific, it's not easy to explain. So women status improvement in India and China, we are following different paths, but eventually the result is the same. or is being seen is the same. I'm very glad to see the Indian, the women status in India has been tremendously improved, and in China too. China, for example, the health care for women and children, we are the top 10 performing countries by United Nations standard. Chinese women achievement is so big. It's equally exceptional than Indians.
So
But
these are the areas
we can talk more on this. And fighting poverty is part of the nation building. It's part of the leadership of our countries. And I do believe that, India and China, we have so much in common, but we have not talked enough. So my office would be pleased to facilitate such exchange.
such exchanges.
Yeah.
Lastly, as one of the very senior and top diplomat, do you see the relationship between India and China improving more in times to come?
I do believe I have lived in India in general, in Kolkata in particular, for the last 4 years and 2 months. I have felt the warmth from the community. I have felt the generosity given to me, to my office by bureaucrats, politicians, businesses, educationalists, people from Delhi, people from Bhubaneswar, people from Ranchi, from Bihar. I feel so warm. And I do believe the momentum is picking up. And I do believe that with concern, as I said, I have covered so many specific items. These items are the anchor of our achievement. And we have achieved so much, but we have not shared it as much. If we share as much, just as we are talking just now, I do believe, I'm very optimistic that a healthy and steady relationship is emerging, and it's in the best interest of our two great nations.
Absolutely. So the momentum is picking up and we are definitely moving forward. That is what top diplomat from China, very, very senior person, been here for the last 4.5 years, Mr. Zha Liyou, just told us. Thank you very much for speaking to A&M News,
Okay.
Mr. Zha Liyou, and we'll definitely come back to you in more with more interviews and more information in near future to get more as it develops here, as the relationship develops and things develop here in this part of the country.
Yeah, actually, Avijit, I can promise you and other friends from West Bengal that I'm open to any questions, and come to us anytime. I have this small residence. This lawn is good. And also, I want to take this opportunity to thank all my friends in Kolkata and elsewhere in East India for the hospitality so far. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for watching A&M News, and we will come back with more such very interesting interviews in near future. Keep watching A&M News.
Okay.
Please don't forget to subscribe our channel and also click the bell icon to get the latest updates.